And we're back.
And we're back.
Welcome back.
We're back. That was one long bathroom break.
What?
I didn't mean to front you like that.
all that coffee he's
this
drinking.
is edit time, okay?
Oh.
So no time has elapsed. That 20 minutes that we were out, nobody got to
Nobody
know.
knew. Right. I'm gonna let them know.
Meanwhile, we're into the late
I'm gonna
game.
when I edit this, I'm gonna put 20 minutes later.
Right. Meanwhile, the late game is already at halftime.
Wow. So listen, we finished off talking about the games, late games from last week. How did we do with our picks, Fish?
Well, see, last week Skinner edged us out.
All right,
He
my
was
man.
11-5. Coop was 10-6. You were 9-6 because actually by default you never even predicted the Rams Cowboys game. I think it was just a mistake, oversight on your
I
part.
really?
Yeah.
I called Cowboys.
All right, so this 9-7 then. You
No, I called the Rams.
You suck.
Hold on, the more I think about it,
You even
yeah,
knew
yeah,
the result.
the Rams.
You knew the result. You still picked the wrong team.
Yeah, right. So,
Boy,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
more out?
I was 9-7, so Skinner was the
Okay,
lead.
nice job.
So we'll tally him up again this week. We had some other people predicting that's joining the predictions as well. Kind of a strange
Okay, I got two questions.
force. Yeah.
What are we going to get at the end of the season when someone wins the prediction? And where is my thing from last year? Did I ever get it?
Bragging rights.
No, we had
we
it
didn't-
was
I
something.
don't think we actually put something tangible.
I think it was like some wings or something. It was
Some
something.
wings?
Yeah.
Alright, we can get some wings.
Let's throw some food at
Yeah.
him.
Well, I know some wings from last season. That's all I
I'd say
know.
you
Well,
had
yeah,
enough.
actually, we had them today at 5 p.m. sharp. where we're supposed to meet, and you know.
Yeah.
I was here.
In spirit.
Yeah, alright, we'll get you some wings.
Oh.
So
Okay.
We'll figure out a prize there. Whatever. We did talk about a little wagers though, Keith. Speaking of wagers.
Oh boy. Yes.
So Keith and I were talking off camera. You
Yeah.
know, and Dallas and Pittsburgh played this year. So I told him I would wager if just based on record, not against each other,
Right.
in that one game. But if Dallas has a better record than Pittsburgh this year, well, really, Pittsburgh has a better record than Dallas this year, I will wear Steeler colors in my beard
I'm gonna take
for
some
an
pictures.
episode. Right? I have a good template.
Yeah.
How are you gonna do that? You gonna actually do the logo on there somehow?
I don't know. Just probably just whatever. We'll figure it out.
And-
keep that beard through the whole season is what you're
And
saying.
the best part of this
You're gonna
bet.
have to now.
Sure.
I think I'm getting the short end of the stick
Alright.
The
here.
best part of this bet.
If Dallas should win,
Yeah, if Dallas wins, then Keith will
I'm gonna wear the
crop top like
crop
Zeke.
top like Zeke
Yep.
and get the tattoo feed me.
Well, at least the resemblance of the
Resemblance
tattoo.
We'll
of
get
it,
you
right.
a henna tattoo. I know somebody.
Okay.
You know
Alright.
what size
So, we'll
font
see.
that's going to be? For
Yeah.
And we got all kind of little contests and things going this season. You know,
Some more
this
to come.
whole chaps thing.
Tell
Yeah.
them about the Chaps Challenge.
Chaps Challenge.
Okay, so 30 years ago, I was a drummer in a band, a rock band. I was crazy, and I wore these wild outfits. So I had these chaps. They forgot to ship the rear end in them.
I'm pretty sure they didn't forget.
I don't think so.
You know, they had buckles and whatnot, and there's still some pictures of these things around, and some other crazy outfits I wore, and some of these people got a hold of them, and they want to see me try to wear those again, which I have refused vehemently. Never. Now they want to make a contest out of it. So, we're going to have a little contest, how to get Keith in the chaps. I don't know what the contest
I think
is.
we're just gonna leave this up to audience vote. We're gonna have to bring them in on it.
Well, yeah, we'll get back to you on that, and you guys are going to be the ones that decide how this works out.
We might have to make it for a charity where we have donations for 2 different charities. If people don't want you to ever wear those things again, they can donate.
Well, that's kind of how my whole endorsement career went. Being a professional musician, I've been approached by lots and lots of different instrument companies and drum companies that have offered me
money
pretty
to-
large sums of money
to stop
if
playing.
I've never be seen with their equipment again. And it's worked out so far. Have a nice little nest egg put away. But anyway, I also want to do a little contest too for Charity losing some weight. That'd be great motivation.
All right. I'm
No.
down.
Yeah, you are. You're so down.
So
Okay,
if our viewers, if our fans have suggestions for the chaps or other wagers, feel free to post on our page or email at realityfootball1@gmail.com.
yes,
Now,
got it football.
We have the Chaps Challenge. We
Yeah.
also
You
have.
see it up on the screen there.
We want to go head to head with fan to fan with wacky wagers too. So if you're a fan of a particular team and you want to participate in this, send us an email. Let us know. Just put in the subject line wacky wagers and
Say that
what
for
you're
that.
a fan of, which team, and we'll match you up week to week with somebody from the opposing team for that Monday night game. Then we'll come back to it with who wins that wager the next week with a challenge of what you have to do. You'll record it, send it to us, and we'll add it to the
I like it. Book it. All right.
If you're wondering what a wacky wager is, go to season 1. Yours truly had to wear that garbage.
A Steelers
One of the best days of my life.
jersey, and you had to
I had
actually
a-
It
get
was like 8 o'clock in the morning out in the
was
freezing
freezing
cold
cold.
on the highway.
And I had.
you
That
had
was one of the best days of my life, buddy.
You were a panhandler.
You're a
I was
trooper, man.
panhandling.
You're a good sport, man.
Man, was it cold that morning.
Coop was on his way to work. I was on my way to bed.
So if
From
you
a
want-
long night.
If you want to have that kind of fun with us, send us at least your name and your team, and we'll match you up week to week, and we'll make it happen.
Absolutely. So, I already know I got some fun people right now that want to get involved. Miss Kelly Davis, Dallas Cowboy fan, we hear you, and we're going to get you on the show and have some fun with you. But we got a sense of her mouth. She's something else.
Oh,
I'm
my
telling you.
goodness.
Yeah.
Is this the pharmacy girl?
Yeah, it's a pharmacy girl. Okay, so listen, before we move forward, let's just wrap up real quick. Funny stuff we learned from week 1.
Okay.
Because it was an interesting opening week. The most interesting thing, no fans in the stands.
You just said, what's the funniest thing from week 1?
Yes.
Not most interesting.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Fun,
Correct
not,
me.
Not funny, haha. Funny is
Yeah, like
weird. Like
anything.
okay.
Interesting or funny from week 1. You guys can think of
Well,
anything?
there are some stands that actually had butts in them.
Some did, yeah.
Some did. Week 1, and I was hoping this was going to carry through, but the teams that actually hosted fans week 1 all won.
Interesting.
So yes, the
Including
home teams,
Thursday, Cleveland.
including Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland only let I think 6,000 fans in, but they still had people there. So that's where my predictions for week 2 came from, was because I noticed that at least in week 1, well, I wouldn't call it a trend from 1 week, but I think as of right now, though, I've only predicted one team this week that hasn't won. So I'm going to ride this wave out for
I'm
a
gonna
little while.
watch that.
I'm
Pay
going to go
attention
with
to
this
that.
whole who's got the fans.
The no fans thing was so weird. I mean, like the wave was actually one person in the stands doing like this because they were lost. And I thought it was interesting the lack of urine smell coming from the hallways. I think it really affected the teams. It had to.
I heard a really interesting commentator, and I wish I could give credit to it, and I apologize to you. I heard this game, or at least it was a call from the game, where they said, I think it was Philadelphia had punched it in from 9 yards out where they were expecting a pass play. And the commentator said that he just ran right up through the middle. I think everybody in the stand, everybody in the house was fooled by that one.
Yeah, so it's
Oh, wait a minute. There's nobody here.
so it's impacting the normal cliches.
Yes.
Did they have any? Did they have any cheerleaders? I don't know if they had cheerleaders participating. I haven't even noticed.
Probably not if we haven't noticed.
Mm.
If
I
any
guess
of
there's
you
no
fans
one
out there
no
know
one
the
to cheer to necessarily, unless it's for the TV.
So if any of you fans out there know the answer to that question, if there's cheerleaders, get up on our Facebook
That
page and
reminds
let
me,
us know.
though, back in the 90s when Keith was in a metal band, he had this costume that he wore on stage that
Here we
had
go
some
again.
pom-poms and a little skirt thing.
There was no pom-poms.
No?
No, there was no pom-poms.
There was a tutu involved, though, I heard.
It's like a 4-4. All right, let's move on here. We are advancing and progressing every week here at Reality Football. Obviously, our new digs here at the Radio Coven Hall of WMVU Radio Free Network. How do you spell that?
Here. For those of you who can't spell, just
That's our
I
new
went to
home and
Kenmore.
still don't know it.
All right. So anyway, we got all kind of social media stuff happen. And Fish, you are our social media guru. You're keeping us in the loop, if you will. You want to tell people what we got going social media wise?
Well, there's a lot of budding things going on, and we'll keep you posted on the page as well. But I have to tell you, by the way,
Oh
to
boy.
try to get 50-plus-year-old or thereabouts men to try to do, maybe probably people in general,
it's like herding cats.
to try to do anything social media wise will test your patience to the very depths of the.
You want teenagers?
It's like it's like to get your mom to use a smartphone or something like that. It is right, Mom.
Mom's on it. My mom has that smartphone going.
We're trying.
She's rocking it.
From my personal, Mom's smartphone is here, trying to get these guys to do anything social media wise. It's like right. It's very.
What
very
are you talking
close.
about? I just got one of them tickety-tocks things going on last night.
Yeah. So, anyways,
And again, you got that wrong. I said get a Tic Tac, but never mind.
We'll post
You
more
need a
stuff
Tic
here.
Tac.
You're watching us on Facebook here.
Right.
Now soon, we'll talk more about this as we go too, but very soon you're going to be able to stream us on WMVU.org,
Mhm.
and that will take you to we'll talk more about this as well, but that will be coming up very soon. So the first Monday in October, which
Yes.
is the 5th.
First Monday in October.
That's right. So we'll certainly remind you of this, but if you're out and you want to stream us and not listen or not watch us on Facebook or something, excuse me.
I
you'll be
actually
able
hear
to
that's a
stream.
much better experience. You don't,
And they
have, to look at us. You
That
can
will
Yeah,
just
take
oh.
listen.
Right.
So I was like the bonus round.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can actually, the WMVU.org has a skill in Alexa. We'll post this stuff too, so you have
Okay.
it, so you'll be able to. Again, if you're around the house, and this is where I listen to a lot of podcasts too, is you're out and about, you're doing chores, you're commuting, you're doing different things. It's a great filler and to stay informed. And if you like our ridiculousness, you can listen to
Wait
us
a
there
minute.
soon.
So you're saying that
Yeah.
they could say, Alexa, play
Yeah.
reality football?
No, we're not quite there yet, but they'll be able to play the.
As soon as we get more than 5
station
viewers,
name,
we'll be there.
Yeah, but then we're launching. We are out there on Twitter. We are out there on TikTok. Believe it or not, it's almost against. I'm not sure legally we're allowed to have a TikTok account over 50 years old.
As
Start
long as
one?
we dance.
As long as we dance,
Yes.
they might have to do that.
Okay.
That's a joke, but we do. We're out there on TikTok. We are starting YouTube as well, so
Yes.
we're going to get some of our videos this year uploaded to YouTube. If you prefer to watch us there, and we'll cross promote and
Okay.
market all this stuff as well.
So
So,
we're
basically, more news to come.
Getting
We'll
out
post
there.
this stuff. We're getting
All right.
out there.
We're getting out there.
Yes.
The show's spreading. Word's getting around.
Yeah, reel me in, please. We got to keep moving.
All I know is you said show up and be funny. That's
That's your instructions.
Well,
Fisher will
any more than
handle
that,
the
Skinner,
rest
and
of
he
it.
just,
You're,
You got it.
You're still doing. We're doing the first part,
I'm trying
Okay.
to try.
not the second part.
You did
Just
show
right.
up. Yeah. All right. So since you want to be funny, Mr. Cooper, we also got some other new stuff coming up next week too. We got to talk about little brain thing I had.
No,
Called
you could have just ended it. Just a little brain thing you had. That's what I've been saying.
No
right?
respect. But it's called the Real Deal Reality Wheel.
Ah,
Yes,
And
sir.
it will be debuting next week on our show.
And
tell 'em-
hopefully we'll be able to get Dez.
Oh, I'm going to tell them about that.
All right.
Or do you want me to tell that first?
Well,
Okay.
the idea is that could be our first
Okay.
guinea pig.
All right, so I'll tell you what. I'll segue into that. So we're going to start having guests on the show. And again, if you want to be a guest on the show,
Go to realityfootball1@gmail.com and shoot us a message.
yes.
And
You
a
can also-
photo too.
Yeah, you can
because
also
we're
say
not
this.
just going to let anybody on the show.
That is true.
We've got ugly covered.
And you can
Okay,
hit us
we
on
want
Facebook.
pretty
You got
guests.
something to call me. You got my number. Okay, so anyway, we're going to have our first guest next week. And I am really excited about this guest. Very, very dear friend of mine. His name is Dez the Reason. He is a rapper out of Canton, Ohio, off of Boss Code label. He is phenomenal. I have had the pleasure of performing with him on more than a couple of occasions. And he is something special. He is going to come on the show, be our first guest of the season. Big time Packers fan. I mean, big time. So watch your mouth.
We're not going to hold it against him. Hey,
Well, you know Packers and Cowboys.
Yeah, but
eh?
who does Green Bay play next week? Any idea? You know? I have to-
Oh no, we'll look that up.
Yeah,
so,
that might come into play.
so hopefully Dez will be our first guest to spin the Real Deal Reality Wheel. Now that's the wheel that Coop has designed, and it has all sorts of
Interesting stunts or
prizes or gifts.
Let's just call them prizes.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't know
it's
what
always
you're
a
gonna
prize.
get.
Right.
We might get some lawsuits.
No lawsuits. That's not a prize.
Well, no, I mean we might get some because
Oh,
of
we
the
might.
prize. Yeah, we might get some lawsuits.
Like, can you imagine spinning the wheel and
You might win.
Lawsuit.
You might win some food. You might have to pay my toenails. I mean, I don't know. But it's going to be interesting.
All right.
So, Real Deal Reality Wheel next week.
Raw deal reality.
Raw deal.
Right?
Real deal. Not raw.
It depends on what you in.
Wow.
The real deal reality wheel. All right.
Okay, so anyway, that's pretty much it. Who won the game between Kansas City and
Chiefs came back and won.
Chiefs came back and
Won
won?
Double overtime. Yeah.
Super Bowl champion medal. That's what it's all about, fellas.
Barring the late games, I've lost one this week, and that was the Dolphins pick.
Who are you talking about this week already?
That's
I
all
lost
right.
one game this week, and that was Minnesota.
So listen, on Facebook, if you guys haven't noticed on our page, we are doing our picks individually now. And we try to be a little creative with them. And Coop decided, you know what, I'm going to be real creative and do mine from a swimming pool out there, floating around. And it was pretty cool.
No, it wasn't. I was trying to be creative. I just
That's where you were.
procrastinated so long.
You know
and
what?
I
You
realized
should-
I had to do these picks.
You should have kept your
and,
mouth shut and just say you were being creative.
Yeah, I was being creative.
Yeah, that was great. But Fisher has taken it up a notch. He is now the emperor.
Well, that's not me.
That's not you?
No, that's a diabolical force that's entered. He
Oh, my
contacted
goodness.
me, and he wants to be involved.
And you guys are tight enough that he'll do picks for you every
so
week.
stay tuned.
So
Absolutely.
keep your eye out
Oh, yeah.
on our page for that. He's on there now.
Yep.
He did week 2 picks.
You did.
It was scary. It was scary.
So
It was
how's the
nervy.
Emperor's picks looking today?
I don't know. I have to look. Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah, next
Don't
week.
get so excited, dude.
Yeah. He started with week 2.
All right.
Yeah, he was bored. He was looking for something to do, laying
And he
around.
decided he
He's
wanted to
like,
do your picks.
Yeah. Yep.
All right then. Okay.
Yep.
So, hey, that's cool. So that's what we got going on with the show. So hey, let's talk about some more football. Man, Steelers 2-0. AFC North.
You said let's talk about some football.
Don't mess with me right now. I'm
Let's talk
sensitive.
some real football.
Steelers are 2-0 in the AFC North,
Baltimore, Dallas,
along with the
San
Baltimore
Francisco.
Ravens. We're legit,
Green
dude.
Bay.
We're legit. We're legit.
New Orleans. New Orleans, they've got a game tomorrow night. Let's talk about
I
them.
want to talk about the Steelers.
We don't want to talk about Steelers.
Give him
You
a
wanna
couple
talk about
minutes.
Steelers?
Give me a couple minutes.
You had 15 minutes to begin the show.
No, I didn't. That was just a few minutes. You guys interrupted me. Seriously. First of all, last week, Connor went out. James Conner. Vinny Snell came in and ran for over 100 yards. Today, Connor ran for over 100 yards.
Benny Snell went out.
He wasn't hurt, I don't think. And been through for over 300. Defense again, multiple sacks. We are as good as anybody. Got to stay healthy. And I think we do have an easy schedule this year. And I think I usually don't like an easy schedule, but I think there's no such thing as an easy schedule with Pittsburgh. We have a history of playing down to our competition. But that being said, I want to see Ben get as many reps as he can before it starts getting heated and heavy during playoff time.
I do gotta give props to Ben. I had games going on as we were the Skinner household throughout Halloween, so we're fully Halloweened out at the Skinner household, and had games on, and I stopped in between decorations. You know, it was that play that Ben took it on the chin with the pass rush and threw that set 82-yard pass
Yeah, he's tough
completion
dude, man.
for
He's
for
a tough
touchdown.
dude, man. No
It was
doubt about it.
impressive because he took it on the chin. It was
Yeah.
a pass rush. They got him, but as he was going down, he chucked that ball, and I tell you what,
Haven't seen the guy tough as him since Brett Favre playing quarterback position. And that's just being honest.
it was a good play. I gotta
Yeah.
give him that.
So, boom, your Cowboys.
Ah, shit!
Nah,
What, huh?
All right. What a segue that was.
Wow, your Cowboys
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
How about that? huh?
are tied for first place along with the Washington football team.
The what, huh?
So that's no big deal.
Yes.
You're in there. You got the season going today.
Well,
We-
we'll
we-
see next week. The
Well,
Cowboys.
Well,
team
we saw
shows
some
up.
positive things at the end, or
Is
let
it,
it
is,
feel,
it,
but
is it official though? Washington football? Can we just say?
I don't know.
And then if nobody knows, I would like to submit. We just say the Washington team of football.
Was it
I
football
I
team
wasn't
in
saying it
DC?
as a name. I was just saying it's who they are. The Washington
I
football
know, but if
team.
we're gonna say, let's just use the right anagram here and just do the Washington team of football.
Washington team of football.
Thank you.
Okay, I mean,
it just makes me feel good. Continue.
So let's do what, WTF? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Please.
that's
Continue.
like calling the Colts the
Can-
International House of Passing or IHOP.
What were you gonna say?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's not about your
I think we're
Cowboys.
going to say we'll wrap this segment up
Yeah.
there soon.
Yeah.
And the Browns
Yep.
are 1-1.
1-1.
So, but our division race, even though it's only week 2, is kind of tough. You got 2-0, 2-0, and then the Browns at 1-1, and of course the Bengals down there 0-2. So,
Yeah, I think you can start to see with some of the teams that are. I mean, after week 2, certainly you mentioned earlier, week 1, way too early to make any
wait, yeah.
trending or obviously injury. But then after 2 games, though, you're starting to see a little bit some of the teams that looks like they're going to be in it. You know, the Chiefs. You mentioned the Steelers.
That's interesting that you would bring that up.
Green
But,
Bay's
but
in
there's
there,
so
yeah.
many factors that we don't know, that we
Right.
can't even see yet, that are going to affect teams. Like, Skinner made a great point. No preseason. No scrimmages. How about the conditioning level of some of these teams?
Sure.
I think that's
absolutely.
what-
That's
lot
going
of
to
these
matter, especially
injuries-
even in different weather
Well,
climates.
You know, a lot of these guys, because they couldn't scrimmage, was all conditioning. So, you know, they're putting that extra time in. If they're not out there and actually being able to play live, they're gearing for it. They're you know, doubling down on workouts and everything else. So the conditioning, I get it. It was interesting what you were starting to get to just a moment ago, though, is when is it time to panic? Like week 1, you just dismiss it. You know, you see
Oh, you're
what's out
Cleveland
there,
playing, you know.
see.
Preseason.
They
Right.
panic on draft day.
But
We
you
Draft
know,
day.
but you're not panicking just yet. And I was even of the mindset that going into week 2, you don't know. I mean, I'd like to think that 12-4 is what you're shooting for.
Right.
For good seeding in the playoffs and everything else. So if you're 0-2 going into week 3, 12-4 is a little.
That's what I was going to say. If you're 0-2, you can learn a
Right.
lot in the early weeks
Right. So
from a
now,
team.
Yeah.
and as much as I was thinking all of this, when our Cowboys today, up until the last 2 minutes of this game, were looking like they were going to go 0-2, I'm almost in panic mode already.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's week 2, but now so they ride it out. And I'm like, I don't feel that same way about the Bengals though. As tough a division as that is, I'm looking at it like Burrow's. He's showing so many signs of promise. Who knows in that division?
There's no expectation.
Yeah.
Not really.
I don't see him doing anything in the division.
Dallas has a lot.
I
right.
don't see him doing anything in that division, but I do see him playing better and better each week as the season progresses. All
It's
right?
interesting to see. I like to come back to this and let's even think about some sort of a panic or no panic kind of
Okay.
segment in the show. And at what point do you hit that button?
Okay, so you said you got to go to the bathroom again.
No, I'm good.
I say
I'm not
week
panicking.
4. Let's revisit
Week
the panic
4,
button.
maybe we bring a panic button in.
Week 4, you're not going to even be around here. We're sending you out. So
Oh, that's true,
you don't even worry about it, buddy.
Oh, I've got a good remote.
Yeah,
for
he
you.
does. And we'll talk about that stuff later.
So
So
looking forward to that.
we'll take another break, which, like, you're not going to know we're taking a break, so whatever.
Sure you will.
Yeah.
After this commercial, we'll be right back.